I wanna live, I wanna love, I wanna learn all of God's word that I can. I wanna sing, I wanna pray, I wanna preach the gospel all over this land.
Good day and God bless. Welcome to this Bible study with Country Boy John 3:16. Today we'll be continuing our lesson with Genesis, starting with Genesis chapter 2. I will be going over how God rested the seventh day and the creation of Eth-Ha-Adam, or commonly known as Adam. We'll go over why Adam, or Eth-Ha-Adam, is not the first man. The first man was created on the sixth day. We'll go over why and how, the language behind it. We will start off with chapter 2, Genesis. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work, which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he rested from all his work which God created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created, in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. Take that word generations and think of it more as a history. Chapter 1 was a history of how God created the heavens and the earth. Verse 5. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the garden, and watered the whole face of the ground. The Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils a breath of life, and man became a living soul. Now, if you notice how it's talking about a specific man. In the original Hebrew manuscripts, this man used in this context is Ha-Adam, where we go even further and say Eth-Ha-Adam. Unlike the sixth-day man, Ha, which is not Ha, but just regular, Adam. Adam in the Hebrew means man or mankind, but when you take the article Ha, you put it in front of the word Adam, it no longer becomes mankind, but the man, a specific man. I'll even go further to say that Eth is a particle that always relates to the church or with Israel. Now this is talking about a difference. Adam, the Hebrew word used in the verse 26, means, and God said, let us make man, let us make Adam in our image. So it's not talking about a man, but he's talking about mankind. That includes women, all the races, and everything that has to do with mankind. So after the seventh day, God created Eth-Ha-Adam, or Ha-Adam, which is the man. And why did God make him? To become a farmer. And through Eth-Ha-Adam, the ultimate tiller, the ultimate sower of seeds, and the ultimate reaper of what he has planted, will come through this bloodline, this generation of Adam, Eth-Ha-Adam, and Eve. And that person will be known as Yeshua, or Jesus Christ. Now let's continue. And the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge and of good and of evil. Now the tree of life is a name for Jesus Christ, because all life comes from that tree, all spiritual life, your everlasting soul. In order to gain that, you must first eat of the fruit of the tree of life, and the fruit of the tree of life is the salvation of Jesus Christ. Now the tree of knowledge the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, that is like, let's say, an alias for Satan, that serpent, who will deceive Eve in the garden. And why is that? Because he will give you knowledge, but knowledge of worldly things, not of God. Continuing with verse 10. And a river went out of Eden to the water of the ground, and from thence it was parted, and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison, that is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and onyx stone. The name of the second river is Gihon. The same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. The name of the third river is Hiddekel, or however you pronounce it, Hiddekel. That is it which goes towards the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. I believe geographically we only know the location of one of those rivers, and that is the river Euphrates. Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. The Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge and of good and evil, the tree of Satan, thou shalt not eat. Thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. And yes, the day you eat of the fruit of Satan, you will surely die. Not physically necessarily, but spiritually. Continuing with verse 18. The Lord God said, It is not good that the man should be alone, and I will make him help for him. I will make him an help meet for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field, and of every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. Whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. Now this is the creation of, I believe, domesticated animal. You have a farmer, you need domesticated animal, and those are and Adam named all these animals. Because you had wild beasts created on the first day. Well, not on the first day, but on the sixth day creation. I believe it to be the sixth day. And Adam, since he's created separately, those domesticated beasts were created, and he named him. So we have our cattle, we have our pigs, and our ox. All that is from the same time God created Adam, and Adam gave them those names. And Adam gave names to all the cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him. The Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And God performed a little surgery on our friend Eth-Ha-Adam. And that sleep, you could say, how would, if you lived 6,000, 7,000 years ago, how would you describe, let's say, the helix curve on DNA as a curve, as a rib-looking thing, as a curve? That is what I believe happened here. Not necessarily just a rib, but possibly actually the DNA itself, the helix curve. And the Lord God caused it, and the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she is taken out of man. If he called it woman, because God wove this man out of Adam, that is why it's called woman. Therefore shall a man leave his father, his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. That concludes chapter 2 in our lesson for today. Tomorrow we'll be picking up, hopefully, with chapter 3, the temptation in the garden. Hope you've learned something today, and I hope that God has revealed some knowledge to you. And I hope that you'll have a good day or a good night, wherever you may be. So, God bless.
I wanna live, I wanna love, I wanna learn all of God's word that I can. I wanna sing, I wanna pray, I wanna preach the gospel all over this land.